point, and it looks like AJ starts to make a bit of ground there, but then it seems to run out of breath there, because they're not on the brakes yet. On the brakes now.
Alan Jones locks it up, looking for an inside option there on Mark Scape. This is where they came close in the previous lap. Scape's been doing very, very well to hold off the challenge from Alan Jones. Jones is really giving him a hard time. It's great racing here at Calder Park Raceway, the opening round of the 1997 Shell Australian Touring Car Championship. Here's the Shell Helix race score for you. Greg Murphy still leads the way from Wayne Gardner, Glenn Seaton in third, and the battle continues between Scape and Jones. Welcome back to Calder Park. Positions have not changed. It is still Mark Scape holding on to that fourth position ahead of Alan Jones, but he won't give in, Baz.
He won't give in, but he does look as if he's just pulled a little bit on AJ. And, well, we'll have to wait and see, but you see, Seaton hasn't made any ground on Gardner. That was funny. Earlier on, he was saying that he was making ground, which he was, and now let's have a look at the lap times. Lap time-wise, Gardner is lapping 3/10 of a lap quicker than Seaton at the moment.
Having a look in that high shot, I just got a quick glimpse of one of the Castrol Commodores. It looked like Larry Perkins back in 7th position, so that's a good effort by Larry to come up.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the Dunlops perform later on in the race. They have a hard compound tyre. It's not the best compound they've got. It's the only one at the moment. And Dunlops have done a great job over the winter. They're made in the UK, the Dunlops they're using this year. And it'll just be interesting with a harder compound. Maybe it will come into play. Normally, in a race where you've got 3 races in a day, the last race, the Dunlops will be in a pound seats because they're a hard compound. But here, it's going to be, go for it, AJ. It's going to be later in the evening, so the temperature will be down. So I think Dunlops might be having a bit of trouble.
Well, if you have a look back, only a few car lengths behind this battle, Peter Brock is now starting to come into the equation. Brocky is looming in the background. There is Perkins just coming over the hill into the Shell S's. So Larry not too far off the pace either. He started in 12th position. So that's a great effort to work his way up into 7th. Positions haven't changed. It's still Murphy, Gardner, Seaton, Scaife, Jones and Brock. Of course, this, as you've heard Barry Sheen allude to, this is Peter Brock's 200th touring car start.
Oh,
someone's gone wide.
Somebody got a bit wide there.
Ian Palmer, I think it was, in the number 20 machine. And Barry, an interesting point. Brocky started his career here at Calder Park 20 years ago. 200 races ago in 1972. That's when his teammate Greg Murphy was born.
Oh, that's the sort of thing when you get an old boy like me. You think, oh, yeah, I love to hear that. That's really nice. But you got to hand it to Brocky. You know, there was a picture in the paper of Brocky in 72 and Brocky now, you know, and apart from the long barnet, the long hair and everything, I mean, facially, he's very little different.
There is the Ford Credit Falcon of Glenn Seaton, currently sitting in 3rd position. Hasn't been able to bridge the gap all that much between himself and Wayne Gardner. There is one of the back markers caught in the middle of those two. We watch Mark Scape now in the Coopers and Lybrand Commodore. Has driven very well to hold off Alan Jones. Let's watch Peter Brock at work in the Mobile 05 Commodore.
Just have a little look behind, look in the side. That was interesting. It looked like he was looking for something. I don't know, didn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, good on a break.
It's always good to watch Peter at work, though. It's always a very animated face, and he works very hard behind the wheel.
Look at the brakes. Look how much he's caught up on AJ.
Up and over the hill they go.
Whoa!
It's Stevie Richards.
Oh, dear
Mark
me.
Poole as well.
Ooh.
They have gone right off. That was Mark Poole and John Faulkner. Oh, no.
Dear me.
So Faulkner, Mark Poole and Stephen Richards, all victims in that first corner. Time is running out. We only have 5 laps remaining in the opening race of 3. Alan Jones has got to make his move soon.
Stenican got right out of the way then. You know, there's nothing worse than somebody that's getting laps sticking in the way, and you've got to hand it to Stenican. He, you know, saw him in his mirrors and just got out of the way.
Well, that's something, as much as people say, oh, the back markers get in the way, it's pretty hard for them because they're watching their mirrors all the time.
The point is, you know, the track is only so big, you can't always get out of the way, but I have to say some people do sort of spend more time in the way than they do in the hunt. Barry,
I just got a quick glimpse on that previous shot. It looked like Steve Reed's car on the Lansvale Smash Repairs car on the side of the track, so not quite sure what the problem is there. here is the Shell Helix race update for you. Murphy, Gardner, Seaton, Scaife and Jones. Still your top 5 runners. The placings haven't changed.
Oh, down the end. Oh, look, that could not be, could it? There was somebody off on the grass there. See there. And I don't know whether it was my imagination. No, it's not.
Someone running wide.
No, it was just run wide, and about the time that he ran wide would have been the time that Greg Murphy was going past, but I've just seen him go past. It's not him.
Well, they come across the strike. We've got 4 laps left in this one as Mark Scaife goes around the outside of one of our younger competitors, Darren Hossack, the karting champion, stepping up into the V8 supercar category. We're on our way home. We watch Dick Johnson, courtesy of the Shell Helix in-car camera, hard at work. Johnson currently is sitting a little way back in 13th position.
Yeah, old DJ definitely won't be happy with that. Mind you, JB, John Bowers in 10th position.
They've done well. They started 13th and 14th, respectively. Bow and Johnson, so they've worked their way up.
I'm surprised that Longhurst is down in 9th position. I was talking to him earlier on. He said, look, I've got the best car I've had for ages, and he thought he was really in with a good chance if he could get a good start.
Greg Murphy comes across the strike. He only has 3 more laps left to run, and in his debut Shell Australian Touring Car Drive, he will get his first win, which is a pretty impressive effort. Paul Romano just circulating behind him there, and John Trimble, the Bottle Magic entry.
You'd have to say, judging by last year and this first race of the season, that the HRT lot do definitely have their act together, don't they? When you go around and have a look at it, every little thing, they've every little thing is under control. You get the feeling you go in there as an air of confidence, from all the mechanics, team manager, everybody, and not to say the least, Brocky and Greg Murphy.
Well, both of the New Zealand races at the end of last year's season in Auckland and Wellington, Greg didn't win every race, but he won both rounds and was very successful. He was literally the new hero of New Zealand, just gained so much popularity from some tremendous driving over there. And he's continuing that good form. We watch Wayne Gardner in the Coca-Cola Commodore sitting in 2nd position. That's where he started from, and that's where he, I would say, will remain, Barry, and he's done very well to maintain that position.
Well, he has. One thing that Wayne wants to do, he's not going to get himself in any trouble this week, is he? Look, as I said, I really feel sorry for him because he copped that shrapnel that wasn't deserved. And, to get a decent couple of results under your belt, and people start forgetting about things like that, then.
They are on their way to receive the last lap board. Well, there's going to be 2 very delighted people in Greg Murphy and Wayne Gardner if things remain as is. Gardner deserves to get some good results as Greg Murphy comes over the strike down the main straight. He is now on his way home, stucking up the inside of Terry Finnegan there. Murphy is on his last lap.
He's still not sort of taking it really easy. He's got a good lead, but you saw it just locking up the right front there as the weight goes over onto the left-hand front. And he was spectacular to watch in qualifying. Did you see him in qualifying? He was, when he did his hot lap, it really looked like a hot lap. There was smoke coming off tyres left, right, and centre.
He's a very aggressive driver, very forceful driver, and.
But when he's aggressive, forceful, but really keeps the thing on the island the whole time, and that's the thing that looks spectacular about it.
Well, what a start to 1997 for Greg Murphy. He makes his way up towards the finish line, and in his debut run, well done, Greg Murphy. He takes out race 1 here at Calder Park. Truly great effort by the young Kiwi. A really good drive to take the win. Gardner will remain in 2nd spot in the Coca-Cola Commodore. Coming across the line, the lights on. Glenn Seaton remains in 3rd position. Mark Scaife has done well to hang on to 4th, and Alan Jones will come in for 5th. Cars making their way across the line. It was a fairly, well, I was just about to say it was a fairly uneventful first race, but there were a few.
Well, there were a few right at the beginning. It's the thing that really is sad in a way that they're talking about having control tyres, etc., which means, for people that don't know, that everybody having the same tyres. And really, there you go. There's the top 5 for you is